Yo, 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 it's July the 11th, 2025. It's 4:30 p.m. I'm on the outskirts of Bacalid, leaving Palmastelmar on the way back up to Olympia Village to collect my son. And I thought I'd have a little ramble just to get out of my head. I met my friend John Stafford there. I haven't seen him in quite a while. He had an unfortunate accident with a mango tree branch while cycling his brand new bicycle. Apparently a mango tree branch smacked him into the face and did some damage to his left eye, so he has to get some surgery done on it. It's all swollen. Anyway, telling me a story, and he said, you know that greenhouse there on the way in to Palmas, the greenhouse on the right, yeah? I said, yeah, that's a meth. They're selling meth out of that greenhouse. Okay, how do you know that they're selling meth out of the greenhouse? You smoke a meth? I said, no, I didn't hear it. Somebody else told me. Dave's wife told his wife, and his wife told him. And then he went out investigating, so he asked the owner of Palmas who he plays pool with, or not is the owner, the manager. What's the story with that house on the corner there? I'm told that they're selling meth. It's a meth lab of some sort. And he got a bit more information in that the owner of the house is a police officer, and it's rented out to a number of police officers, and so the police officers clearly have a green light to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And if they want to sell meth out of that house, so be it, because they got a badge. When you got a badge, you can do whatever you want. And I found myself, while listening to his trials and tribulations of his investigation into this corner house, imagining myself walking across the road, stopping mid-sentence and saying, John, just take this a sec there, I'll be back in a sec. Walking across and knocking on this door and asking, can I have a quarter of meth, please? And what's the best way to find out whether a house is selling meth? You have to walk up to the door. You wouldn't directly ask them for meth. You might say, you wouldn't have a spare litre of milk there by any chance, would you? Wink, wink. And if they give you the nod, they'll be like, yeah, hold on now. Maybe they'll give you back a litre of milk, but the meth will be sellotape to the bottom. So, then we got talking about this guy called Chris, right? Now, when I first met Chris in Palmastelmar, he was drinking beer at lunchtime, and I didn't think much of it then. But he told me that he was the owner of a company that had dealings with Jack Mallor of the infamous Bitcoin financial institution Strike. And Jack Mallor is somebody that I follow avidly on YouTube. I think I might have been talking to him about what Jack Mallor had said about Bitcoin. So he said, I know Jack Mallor. I said, what do you mean you know Jack Mallor? And he goes, my company has had dealings with Jack Mallor. If I could summarize what he said his company does is that he loans... I got cut off there. He said that his company loans people money if they're short on rent, right? And so his company is very successful because a lot of people can't afford their rent. I didn't ask too many questions. Sounds like a pretty straightforward company. If I can't pay my rent, I'll go to his company. I'd imagine that he would offer me extortionate rates. He told me that he doesn't. And as far as I was concerned, I compartmentalized him into just another person who's fortunate enough to be like a digital nomad out here in the Philippines. Not much different from myself. I work off a laptop, he works off a laptop. But according to John Stafford, the aforementioned who had said that he had dealings with Jack Mallor, is actually talking out of his hoop. Not only does he not have a company, he's actually a meth addict and an alcoholic who frequently can be found outside a Sorry Sorry store at 7 in the morning, whose wife has recently left him because he hasn't got a bean, and he has been asking around lately for somebody to assist because he has overstayed his visa and he needs to pay some fines, otherwise he'll find himself in jail. And I thought, yeah, that probably fits the bill a little bit more, because I've passed by, I've spoken to him a number of times, and every time I speak to him, he's drinking at breakfast time and lunchtime. So I might try and find that man by the name of Chris, who fancies himself as a colleague of Jack Mallor, and I might ask him if he's interested in an AA meeting, would he like to come along? We'll see. But that'll be all that I'd say. I wouldn't say anything else. I'm pretty sure I fucking told him already that I'm in AA and NA, and that we have meetings here if he ever wants to attend. Anyway, that's my rant over and out. God, man. Everybody say hi! Ice cream, ice cream. Everybody loves ice cream. Alright, it's 10 o'clock or thereabouts. I just had a bit of whatchamacallit? Crispy King. That's it. So Crispy King is the Filipino equivalent to KFC, except it doesn't come with the dirty chips and the big Coca-Cola. You can just get two pecho packs, which is a breast with like KFC, battered, battered bread, a chicken breast in batter, basically. Yum, yum, yummy, yummy in my tummy. I'm on my way home now. I was trying to think of something witty that I could say to close out my day for my diary monologues. What came to mind was that the inspiration that has me YouTubing a little bit more is a man by the name of Mike Oki. Right now, I started his series when he was hitchhiking from one corner of China to the other, the upper northern region across Uyghur country, Uyghur country. You know, those people who are oppressed by the Chinese. Apparently they have their kids snatched off them, and the kids are put into special schools, or they're indoctrinated in CCP ideology. So they grow up to be good Chinese citizens. Anyway, he was hitchhiking from over towards Beijing. Now my algorithms have started serving me up a little bit more of Mike Oki, and today, very briefly, I saw him hitchhiking along the motorway from Leh to Manali, which is a trip that I wanted to do for so long. It's on my bucket list. And so when I saw him do that, he's doing it the other way around. Like, I want to go to Manali and rent a Royal Enfield and then drive up it's the world's most dangerous road, although there is a patch of road in Bolivia that lays claim to that exact same title, the most dangerous road in the world. So Manali to Leh, Leh to Manali, it's 400, I think it's a 400 mile, so how much is that in kilometers? You wouldn't do it in a day anyway. But he's inside these trucks and they're driving at fucking half-past ridiculous in the middle of the night, and it starts snowing, and he's passing by these patches of like real bad roads where trucks have gone off the side, and he'd actually film the truck on its arsehole down at the bottom of the ravine. So that's what has me inspired. Now I know that my camera work is a bit patchy. I don't have a light on at the moment. I'm still using my phone and Filmora, which is quite a handy app. I've been thinking about getting the Insta360 X4, it's called, because it has a thing called the invisible selfie stick, which means you can stretch your camera way out in front of you and the selfie stick will disappear, so it looks like there's a film camera following you. Part of me thinks, yeah, sure, why not? Just get it. Fucking get off the fence, will you? It's only just shy of $400. But then there's another part of me that's like, who are you kidding? Nobody watches your shite anyway. You're shit at vlogging. Even if you got the good camera, what are you going to be doing, honestly? Would you ever go way off now and think about something sensible? Don't be thinking about how to become a good vlogger. You're never going to be able to hitchhike from Manali to Leh. So get that out of your head. And then my voice would say, hey now, fuck off. I can fly from where I am, I can fly into Bangkok for about $100, right? And then the next trip is from Bangkok to New Delhi, about another 120. It's a 4-hour flight. So it's 3 hours or thereabouts from 3.5 hours from Manila to Bangkok, right? Then 4 hours to New Delhi. Then I'll take a pit stop in New Delhi, and then I only have to take a 12-hour overnight bus trip, and I'll be in Manali. And so then once I get to Manali, I'm pretty sure those Royal Enfields, there's a blast of places where you can rent them, and it's cheap. So yeah, I can be just like Mike Oakey, and maybe I should buy the Insta360. And in the meantime, I am just going to film the boring arse end of Bacolod, because that's what I do. I'm thinking about taking a trip tomorrow, so yeah, maybe I'll have something a little bit better to say and a little bit better to show. That's it from me. I just making a tiny little end scenes. Imagine the curtain falling down now. This is Handu Mannan. This is where I live. As Connor says when we turn that corner every time, this is Handu Mannan. This is Handu Mannan. So there you go, Handu Mannan by night. If you had said to me a couple of years ago you'll end up in Handu Mannan, I would have said, what are you fucking on about? There's no pubs, there's no bars. But now that's the best thing about this place. There's bars, like there's nightlife in town if I wanted to, but I'm not looking for that kind of thing anymore. These are the empty streets of Handu Mannan at night. Alright boys. Watch out there, I'm gonna run you over. There's a sports stadium on the right where they frequently have exhibitions. And down here then, there's the SM Hypermarket for all your bits and bobs. If you're a relatively well-aged Irishman living in Handu Mannan and you're sick and tired of not getting stared at, try the SM Hypermarket. Guaranteed to get stared at by every motherfucker there. Not a real guarantee. Terms and conditions apply. See you in store for details. That's it from me. Over and out.